Ooh, this is only my second video.
I don't know how these YouTubers do it. Hey everybody, before we dig into why it's beneficial for you as a first-time homebuyer to have a realtor and a mortgage broker in your corner, if you can do me a huge favor and hit that like button below and subscribe to this channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And now, let's talk real estate. Alright, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but real estate can be extremely stressful, especially if you're buying your first property. You may have an idea what your monthly budget looks like financially because you've been renting all these years. However, you may not necessarily know what a good deal looks like, and when you finally do find that perfect property with amazing photos, you may not see all the red flags because you have what I call emotional blinders on, which simply means you only see the good, you try to rationalize the bad, which is quite normal for us all to do. We want something to work out. And that's why I recommend having a mortgage broker and a real estate agent is essential for your first property, because they can be the voice of reason and have a clear mind to keep you in check. But before we get into how they're helpful and how they can save you time and more importantly your money, I need you to understand that personality is a big factor, and not to just choose someone just because they have a good track record or that you promised your Aunt Betty. I just turned 30, I'm getting a little bit older, but from my understanding, the kids these days, they're using a term called vibing. Ask yourself, did you vibe with them at all? Did they give you any bad vibes? Essentially, did you connect with them? Did they feel trustworthy? Listen to the kids and make sure you vibe whoever you want to do business with, because you will be dealing with them on a daily basis and for at least a month or two. And hopefully at the end, you can create a friendship out of it. All right, enough about that. Let's talk about the finance side and why I think using a mortgage broker is more beneficial than using your own bank. But depending on your situation, one actually can be more beneficial than the other. However, a bank only sells their own products at their current rate, and they're usually only restricted to their business hours to talk to you. While a mortgage broker is essentially a middleman that has access to multiple lending streams with multiple loan options, which in turn can lock you the best competitive rate, and they make their own work schedule, so they're usually just a phone call away. Both will do the grunt work for you, such as gather all the necessary legal documents, pull your credit history, perform income verification, shop for the loans on your behalf, and much more behind the scenes. All you have to do is answer some questions, fill some paperwork, and they'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're planning on buying that new PlayStation 5 and that big screen TV to go along with it, don't wait until after you close on your property, because any big purchases will slow down the loan process. Alright, so once you find a good broker and a good loan officer, together, they'll work for you. Alright, there is a disclaimer though. People are still people, and some will take advantage of you. So just because they give you a lower rate and they promise you the world doesn't mean it's a good deal. So do your due diligence, make sure they're of good character by asking for referrals, and just sometimes you just have to use your gut. My pro tip is to ask your potential loan officer if they're a good teacher. Why is this important? Well, because this is your first home purchase, and a good loan officer will educate you through the whole process so you actually understand the terms of the loan by breaking it down, and you'll be more confident in making your purchase. If you need to go more in depth about the lending side, I provide a link below of my go-to mortgage broker. Just tell them that I sent you and they'll take care of you. Alright, let's talk about the real estate side, which is my side, and why it's best that I or someone like me represents you and not yourself as a first-time home buyer. The term we're going to be using for myself is a buyer's agent, since I'll be representing you on the real estate side. If you were selling a home, I would be called a listing agent, but nonetheless, I'm a real estate agent. All real estate professionals have access to a paid service called the Multiple Listing Service, or for short, the MLS. On this platform, a real estate agent is able to get the most accurate information about any property, and not limited to physical attributes, taxes, school districts, and any disclosed information about the property that is not publicly advertised, such as insurance claims on the home and any repairs that have been done on the property. They will be disclosed. Your realtor is able to see a listing when it's about to come on the market, how long it's been on the market, and when it's about to expire, which is all good knowledge to have when you're trying to prepare an offer and negotiate on a property. Zillow and some similar platforms can only tell you so much, and most of the time the status of the property is incorrect, or the home is most likely pending or sold. And if you've been looking for homes recently on your own through these marketplaces, you know exactly what I'm talking about. By having a good buyer's agent, they'll be able to locate an available property, communicate with all the involved parties, and they'll be able to do all the necessary grunt work for you. All you have to do is show up and make the big decisions. All right, so now the big question everyone's wondering is, how much does it cost to hire a realtor as a buyer? Drum roll, please. Free. Well, really not free, but we do get paid by the seller. So it's extremely beneficial for you as a buyer to use a realtor for finding your home. A quick disclaimer though, some realtors may have a standard rate that they expect you to pay whether they find your property or not. So check with your potential realtor on how they operate. And don't worry, I'll have another video on what to ask when you're interviewing a real estate agent. All right guys, hopefully I persuaded you to use a real estate agent and a mortgage broker. And if not, it's all good. We fortunately live in a digital age where we can go on a platform like this one and have someone like me to educate you in detail on how to do something and what to expect. But I still highly recommend your first property to take advantage of having these two pros in your corner that will get you the best deal and educate you along the way. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any real estate topics you want me to touch base on, then feel free to comment below or DM me. My social handles linked in the description. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.